How to create tables and rows in database. So tables in database are arranged in rows and columns. So for that you have to import SQLi 3 and we'll rename it as SQ, and then we create a connection to a database. I have a pre-existing database here, school.db. I'm going to connect it to that itself. But if you do not have an existing DB, you can just write a name .db and a database is created for you in your Python directory wherever your code is saved. Now you can create a cursor, writing connection.cursor, and then use the cursor to execute your SQL statement. So we write create table teachers, and now in this we will in the brackets we have to write the columns that the table will have. So each column is an attribute of the entity. So in this, first we have the ID, which is an integer. We'll also make it the primary key. Primary key means that whenever we have to search for a record, this key we will use as a unique value. So each record in the database will have a unique primary key, and it is not null. That means that it cannot be an empty cell. Something has to be in that. Some value has to be in that attribute. Then we write teacher's name, which is text and again not null, and salary, which is int. Now we'll print that the table is created. So we write table created, and now when we run this code, we'll get table created. Now to insert rows in this table, I'll write a Q1 query Q1 and write insert into table teachers. So and then in the brackets we will write all of the column names. Now this is optional. You may or may not write the column names. You have to make sure that your number of values is correct. So this is just for reference. So teacher ID, teacher name and salary, and then we write values. Now after values we write in the bracket the values that we want to add. Those will be question marks. So when we are executing, we'll give the parameters that we want to replace these question marks. So now we write cursor.execute Q1 and then we write 150 Jaya, and then we write the salary 25,000. Now let's write, instead of table created, we write row entered. We have to remove the table teachers, or better yet would be to just write give this a variable g, and we'll write if g is executed, then we write print row created, else we write error. So this will help in problem solving here. So it says row created when we run, and now we will display the row from the table. So for that we write select star from teachers, and then we will execute this query. And now since we get a while writing execute, we get an object of many rows, we will write fetch all. But now see, it gave us empty empty table, even though we just added the row. This is because we forgot to write commit. Commit means that it saves whatever changes you have done to the table. So insert, update, delete, all these changes that you do to the database table have to be committed. So we write connection dot commit, and now when we run this code we will get row created and the row we just added without an empty string. So this row is saved in the database. Similarly, you can insert many more rows and make your whole database.